out and ripped out chunks of flesh, not just little pieces. It ripped out chunks of Jesus' flesh. This is the Son of God being beaten brutally to a pulp. They said his face was unrecognizable, some sources say. How about the pain of bearing the weight of sin, which is absolutely contrary to his very own nature? The weight of sin that some of the scriptures say was so heavy on Jesus that he started dripping drops of blood from his forehead as if it were sweat, and it would hold him down and press him down as he was praying and struggling to pray in the Garden of Gethsemane. And when he raised up on the cross, how he was wearing all the sins of man on him, not that he had sinned himself, but he had took on the sins of man, and it was contrary to him, and it was a weight. How about the pain of God the Father's wrath being poured out upon Jesus? Now remember what I just said. I just said how Jesus drew all of man's sin, past, present, and future, onto himself. He himself had not sinned, but he himself had taken on the sin. And that was already producing enough stress on him. And now you got God the Father, which this is where it's supposed to happen. This is the climax. And he has to unveil all of his wrath and his hatred for sin upon his Son. Every ounce of speck that he has to lash it out on his Son, because he hates sin and he needs to eradicate it for our sake. So what he did was he just put the wrath on Jesus. And now imagine that. I don't think any of y'all sitting there crying, but you can't take the wrath of God being pressed out on you. I'm not sitting here trying to yell at you. I don't know what it is, but I'm sitting here right now and it's just hitting me how much pain that my Savior went through. And it doesn't even stop there. There's the pain of his Father. Again, the father-son relationship. Not denying, but forsaking him. He had forsaken his Son. And Jesus, I believe in Hebrew, he looked up and said, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, which means, it's translated in English, Father, Father, why have thou forsaken me? Yeah. And some descriptions say that God the Father had turned his head away and that the clouds were complete, the whole sky was pitch black. And he had forsaken his Son. Why? For our sakes. But that's pain that he had to go through, forsaking himself, forsaking his begotten, his beloved, a part of him, the Trinity, who he was, forsaken for our sakes. And it doesn't even stop there. There's the pain and the sting that Jesus endured of death, descending into hell. The Bible calls it Sheol, where there is weeping and gnashing of teeth. And he descended into this hellfire, into the underworld, into the pain, the scorching flames. All that pain, all that persecution, and he didn't deserve any of it. He didn't deserve not one speck. Now we do, on the other hand. We deserve all the pain that is inflicted upon us, and we dare question God, why is this happening to me? Well, you deserve it. To be honest with you, you deserve it. You know, we figure out, God, why I lost my loved one, why did this happen? You know, oh, my leg, my body is sore and aching and pain. You know, Jesus, he rose with the name above every name because he endured more pain than anyone ever had. See, this is the key. The more pain you go through, the more prosperity and favor God gives you. So some of y'all, and that's why I go back to my point of James about embracing the pain. Because if some of y'all go through enough pain, and you guys are sitting there wondering, why am I going through this pain? Trial after trial after trial. Years of pain. Some of y'all haven't been resting for maybe 20, 30 years. But why? Why is God making you go through 20 to 30 years of pain? God, why doesn't it stop? Because I'm going to bless you beyond your wildest dreams, and I will elevate you to a level that you have never thought you would see before. So you have to go through this pain. But you're not going through it alone. For I am with you. For I endured pain myself. And together we will overcome and be victorious. Some of y'all don't get it. Y'all gonna go home after this and experience some pain. And you have to realize that pain is for a reason. Embrace it. That's right. Endure it. And hold on to God's unchanging hand as you go through, because on the outside of it, there's an outcome greater than you can even imagine. Don't doubt God. Don't. You know, in conclusion, I don't want to move you long, so in conclusion, I would like to leave you with a few scriptures. You know, Peter writes in Peter 5 and 9 through 10, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walks about, seeking whom he may devour. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. But the God of all grace, who hath called us into his eternal glory by Christ Jesus, after that we have suffered a little while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen you. Suffer just a little while. 20, 30 years is a little while compared to eternity. Amen. In 2 Corinthians 12 and 9 through 10, Paul writes, but he said to me, quoting Jesus, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. And this goes back to my point on reaching for God, for trusting in him, for latching on to the power that he has displayed and given to us, to be able to grab him and say, Lord, I'm holding on to you all the way. We have to be able to do that, because when we are weak, then we are strong through him. When we can't do it, we feel like, since we can't do the task, if I can't do the task, how can you do it? If I can't do it, I'm sitting here, I've given it everything I've got. I almost had it. But I just couldn't, I came up short. So if I couldn't do all that, God, how could you do it? Some people have that mindset. And that mindset needs to be eradicated if anybody's going to have any type of prosperity going through pain. Amen. Then lastly, in Romans 8 and 28, Paul writes, and we know that all things work together for the good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. We can't forget that scripture either, because in the midst of the pain, it deceives us. It confuses us. It makes us feel as if this is all it's ever going to be. This is all it was meant. This is all I was meant to do, was just sit here and never have any type of victory. But I'm not going to fool you. The Christian life, you signed up for a life of pain. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But there is still victory in this life through the pain. So we must remember and keep in mind that despite what we were going through, that all things will work together for the good. We may not understand how and why and when and where and who, but we must understand that it shall work together. We must not doubt God, because we must know that if we were called according to his purpose, then why would he abandon us? That's right. Remember, saints, faithfully endure the pain. Because God is using it to draw you closer unto him, and to fulfilling your purpose, and to fulfilling your destiny. God bless.